automatically go through. Hilai is in lane 3. He's got some work to do there at the moment because Yildirim is way out in front. He's already gone past Tissawan of Thailand, who's out in lane 7. It is just one that goes through, and it will be the fastest qualifier after that. We've seen a few shocks already in these championships. Are we going to see one more here now? Yildirim moves around the outside, and he's taken it by about 15 metres at the moment. And Hilai is going to have some work to do because Yildirim is a good 15 metres or so ahead out in lane 5. It is Yildirim who's going to take it, 47.57. That is a new world record. In the heat, he's taken it off Hilai, who's finished in second place, hugs all around, but that is quite some run in the heat as they look ahead towards the final. Serkan Yildirim took off at a rate of knots, and he has broken the world record set by Abdusalam Hilai, who was also in the race. That record set back in Tokyo, in Japan, at the Paralympics in 2021. Hilai come in 49.10, and Tissawan in third place. But a new world record for Turkey and Serkan Yildirim. What a run.
I was so excited to watch this race, and this because Yildirim was in it, and I thought after what he did in the 100 meters, what can he do in the 400? This is the second time he's come into the event, not as the athlete everyone's been looking at, and clearly his training has gone very well this year.
Yeah, he's already claimed that gold here in the 100 meters. He's not even breathing.
And the thing is, this actually isn't what I would call a favorable wind for the 400 because they're coming into a massive headwind on the back straight, and I would say it's actually better to build up as much speed as possible rather than have the tailwind with you on the back straight because, to be honest, you're tired anyways. You can't really use it. So it'll be interesting to see what he could do with a still stadium.
He wouldn't blow a candle out at the moment. Serkan Yildirim of Turkey. He's just set a new world record, and he's wandering around as if he's just had a warm-up. Quite some performance indeed against the man who had the championship and world record, no longer, Abdusalam Hilai. 47.61 has been actually rounded up, so it is just a championship record, but he still has that. Hilai 49.10, and Tissawan a season best for him in third place. So it isn't a world record in the end, it has been rounded, but it is still a championship record. That's how close the world and championship record were to each other before that race.
Nice evening. Just 20 past 5 in Kobe. And the second heat of the two is on the way. These are semi-finals. Effectively semi-final in absolutely everything but name. And we've got the reigning world champion. You've seen him there for a moment, Roy Jababli. Ugut Akbulut, who is the European champion, going in this second semi as well. Along with Brian Eggerson of Kenya, Roy Jababli, Tunisia, Muncha Pouji of Morocco, and Ugus Akbulut of Turkey. World record remains the same. The championship record has now changed. It's only the winner going through in this, plus the next two, T12, so guides optional. Akbulut has won bronze in the 400 of the last 3 world championships. He's the reigning European champion. They've been allowed a few more moments just to stroll up the track if they wish. Luca Ekla with 2 championship records in a row in the women's long jump T38, where she holds all the current titles. It has been quite the rise Really tight victory in the 100 last night, and this is round 3 in the long jump.
Now, there is absolutely no surprise about who our leader is, and that is why. She's already set a new championship record. That world record sits at 5 meters 82. Now, she'll be looking just to extend that lead, but keep an eye on that race.
Men's 400 meters, T12, round 1, heat 2.
We shall watch this space, but they're getting the cameras
Lane 7,
focused.
representing Turkey.
As we are. Oguz Akbulut. He's won back-to-back European titles, Berlin and Bydgoszcz, bronzes in the last 3 world championships. Akbulut in 7, in 5 for Morocco, the world silver medalist in the 100 meters last year in Paris, Monsieur Bouja. In lane 3, for Tunisia, the reigning world champion over 400 and 1500 in this T12, Roy Jababli. And in lane 1, made his championship debut last year in the long jump. This is his track championship debut, Brian Esagon of Kenya.
Round 1, heat 2, start.
So it's only the winner and the next 2 who will go through. Foul by Exeter, by the way, a few moments ago. So 50.77 is the fastest loser time for Tissawan, and Hilly 49.10. Still holds the world record, but no longer the championship record. Egerson, Jababli, Bouja, Oguz Akbulut.
Set.
So away first time. Akbulut has got off to a really good start in 7, and Bouja actually as well in 5. This really looks to be a stacked heat, lanes 3, 5 and 7. Bouja now has really got into his stride well. The world silver medalist, and he's probably feeling he has to with the reigning European and world champion either side of him. It's a great start for him. He's a 49 man this year. He's actually the fastest of the field this year. Jababli has got the talent to come back at him, but Monsieur Bouja has started this really effectively well for Morocco. Jababli trying to reel him in. It's only the winner who's going to go through for certain, and Bouja's taken it. Jababli quick in his 2nd, Akbulut in 3rd. Esagon won't get anything in 4th spot, and it's 48.70. Jababli will be through, I would imagine, in 2nd place. It's hard to imagine any other way. What a very, very impressive lifetime best by Bouja. Takes 0.2 of his previous mark. Jababli, 49.04, will go through. Akbulut in 50.71 will not. So the European champion and the bronze medalist in the last 3 world championships is out.
You'll hear athletes talk about managing their effort, managing their energy through the rounds, but in any of the T12 sprints, athletes don't have that option. Because each athlete is given 2 lanes, only 4 will make the final. And you see there, Bouja running a personal best into what I would say not ideal conditions. It's very windy, it's very gusty here. But that's what you have to do to secure your spot in the final. And when you get in the final, there's 3 medals for 4 people. Your chances look really good.
Just interestingly on that, there were supposed to be originally 3 heats, and it ended up down to 2 because of people pulling out. So that's the reason why it was so stacked.
Bouja wins, 48.69, lifetime best. Jababli goes through in 2nd, 49.04. And Oguz Akbulut, the European champion, departs. Lifetime best, Brian Egerson as well, in 4th place. So into the final, 2nd Yildirim, Monsieur Bouja, Roy Jababli, and Abdeslam Hilly. The championship record for 2nd Yildirim is having some debut championship.
And we have quite the battle going on right now for the long jump debutants in the T38 women's long jump. No surprise about our current leaders, but what a competition this woman is having right now. She's set a PB, 4 meters 62. We will see her again in the discus. And she is having quite the evening. We saw her at the beginning with the camera. Tilson, you mentioned she was feeling a little bit shy.
She's not now.
4 meters, 64. She has improved her lifetime best by 2 centimeters. And she is still sitting in bronze. I find that so frequent with athletes. The most nervous part before the competition is when you're sitting there not doing your thing. But as soon as you get on that runway, that's when things get back to feeling almost normal. This is what you do every day. This is the thing that you love. That's when those butterflies tend to go away.
Guimaraes now with her third attempt. Best of 4:52 with her opener. Her lifetime best set this year of 4:64. Already 8th in the 100 metres here. I'll tell you who she reminds me of in a moment or two. Well, that's a decent enough jump. Maybe just drag that back leg slightly. Do you remember Avril Lavigne? The singer.
I do.
Has a face that looks a bit like Avril Lavigne. Do you see what I mean? I know you're thinking about it.
I was going to say something else. I thought you were...
That's a compliment, by the way.
No, it is a compliment. Now, at one point, Guimaraes was sitting in the bronze medal position, but this is the thing, everything can change at any moment within a field event.
She has improved, by the way, 4:55. She's gone up a few centimetres on that opening mark of 4:52, but she remains in 6th position. She's just behind Chen there, who's on 4:57. Palameke is on 4:58, and then Sadariga Hernandez is just only a few centimetres above that. So it is quite tight in there, and as it looks after the 3 rounds, championship record of 5:63. It is Luka Ekler who leads ahead of Goncharova and Sadariga Hernandez in the bronze medal position at this stage at the halfway mark.
I could just give you a quick word about Omara Duran. She was due to compete in the 200 whilst we're watching the shot put build up here. It didn't start the 2. And that means unless there's a medical exemption, she's out of the rest of the competition. Well, she is out of the rest of the competition. Now, there's been a statement from the Minister for Sports for people with disabilities who travelled along, and they said she felt discomfort before the heats. In the 400, I should say. Yeah, it was the 400 she was due to compete in. And they pulled her just before the competition. So she's out. Basically, didn't compete and won, so she's out for the rest. They didn't seek a medical exemption, and that's the official reason. That is now appearing in the Cuban newspapers this evening.
Well, watch this space. Rogia of Thailand, just through his third attempt. He's at 11:51 there. You can see at the top. So carefully, 16:79 is season best for him, and this man here. Congo Villalba of Ecuador. Lifetime best of 16.16 for him. He's in 2nd position at the moment. What can he do with his 3rd? Well, I'll tell you what he can do. He can throw it out there, but it isn't going to go over the 16-metre mark. So as things stand, he'll remain where he is. The champion from Paris last year, Maxime Koval, isn't here at these championships. But this man is. So carefully, the former Paralympic and world champion. He's also the reigning Asian champion. $16.79 his best to date. His lifetime best is 17.29. Well, that's well over 16 metres. He likes it. He was a silver medalist last year behind Maxime Koval. Well, he gave it plenty. He's won 3 Asian Para Games titles. He was a gold medalist at the Paralympics back in 2016. Silver medalist in 2019 in Dubai. He's done it all. 1679. He doesn't improve at 1663. Massonier fouled with his first, 1475 with his second. 20 years of age. His personal best set this year of 1629. But he doesn't like that one. F20, the intellectual impairment category. 1465, so no improvement on his second, and he stays in 4th position, 23 centimetres further back than Atici of Turkey, who is in the bronze medal position as it stands. Well, we certainly have some very, very exciting track action this evening, as well as the field. Men's 400-metre T52 just warming up there. And this man leads the men's shot put F20 after his 3 attempts. He'll have 3 more to see if he can extend that advantage. But here's a snippet of what he's done so far. 1679, his best with his second attempt. And have a look at that. That is pure strength. And Malaysia are having a fantastic World Para-Athletics Championships. Good speed, good rotation, good distance. You cannot ask for much more than that. The rotation and elevation gets him out there to 1679. Season best at that. And all to look forward to for that man with a smile on his face as we move along through the evening session. Now, talking of the evening session, back to the track we go. Men's 400 metres T52. Great Japanese interest in this one. Sato Tomoki on the left of screen, and Maxime Karaban right there. Karaban, the reigning world champion. A new championship record in the heat. And Tomoki is the Paralympic champion. The full field of 8 to go. We've got the Parapan American Games champion in Perez Suarez. We've got the Paralympic champion, and we have the world champion, along with the Asian champion in Manglawan. Not a bad field. 3 from Japan going this one. Christian Torres took silver at those Parapan American Games. Fabian Blum will go from lane 2. He was a fastest qualifier. Aren't they lovely socks? I do like them.
Men's 400 meters, T52 final.
So in lane 9,
Lane
it is
9, representing
Uenabaru
Japan.
Hirozoku of Japan. He's a bronze medalist in the Paralympic Games back in 2020.
Lane 8,
Won silver last year in the Asian Para Games. Here is the reigning Asian
Manglawan
champion,
Jerome
Manglawan
Lee.
of the Philippines. Sato
Lane
Tomoki.
7, representing
He won
Japan.
gold in Doha in 2015 and Dubai in 2019. Silver last year, but he is the Paralympic champion.
Lane 6,
Maxime Caraban set a championship record in qualifying for the final in his heat. 23 years of age, he's the reigning world champion from Belgium.
Representing Japan.
Ito Tatsuya, bronze medalist last year, bronze medalist as well last year in the Asian Para Games.
Lane 4, representing Colombia.
Christian Torres Ortiz, he was a silver medalist last year in Chile in the Pan American Games. And here's the man who won gold there in Santiago, Leonardo Perez Juarez. And last but not least, from Switzerland,
Lane 2.
in lane 2, it is Fabian Blum. Lifetime best of 102.89
Men's 400 meters T52.
for the 29-year-old.
Starts now.
On your
So
marks.
3 from Japan who are well supported indeed. Sato Tomoki, the reigning Paralympic champion, against Maxime Caraban, the world champion.
Set.
So 400 metres of T52 racing, and the gun has gone again. It hasn't just gone twice, it's gone about 4 times there. So now I'm not sure whether there was an issue. We had earlier in the day an issue with the gun. So whether it went again by mistake then, it didn't appear to be that anyone had gone. Now I was about to say in the T52 category, it does take a little bit while longer for them to get going. We'll just have a look and see if we can see any movement. Well, it's hard to see from that angle there if anyone has actually gone. Now, it's rare that you would, in para-athletics, especially in wheelchair racing, Steph, that you would have someone who breaks from there. And at that first glance, it didn't look as though anyone had actually gone.
Visually, it didn't look, and the tricky thing here as well is, as you can see, there's no blocks, there's no sensors, and so they basically have to have an official with eyes on every single one of the racers. The good news is, on the 400, they managed to stop them quite early, because could you imagine if you know you'd gone on and you were around the 200-meter mark, and then having to come back and restart?
Yeah, it's a green card, so the officials have got together and the green card has been shown. I didn't see anything that was particularly obvious. And it's difficult to see across the whole range of those lanes when you don't have the starting blocks. It makes it more difficult, obviously, for the officials. It makes it more difficult for us as commentators watching on. But there was nothing that was plain and obvious that you saw from that replay.
On your marks.
So we'll go again. Just run you through it. Blum in 2, Perez Juarez in 3, Torres in 4, Ito in 5, Caraban in 6, Sato in 7, Manglawan in 8, and Unabaru in lane 9.
Set.
I think you just got a bit of a listen to the wind that was blowing down there as well before they got underway then. But they are away. Caraban has already moved up very, very quickly indeed. He is absolutely flying through the first 100 metres. Is the reigning world champion, Maxime Caraban. He is after something big, and he has gone way, way out in front as they head down that back straight. It's Caraban first. It is Daylight second. Sato Tomoki is doing his best to try and catch the world champion and 23-year-old youngster, but he's doing not too much at the moment as far as breaking into that lead goes, because he is way, way out in front, is Maxime Caraban. He's flying into the last 100 metres. Sato is about 30 or 40 metres further back. He's heading towards the line. It's going to be Maxime Caraban against the clock. The world record's 52 exactly. It comes across in 53.06. Sato takes second position, and in lane 5 it's going to be Japan again. Ito, who takes the bronze medal as he did last year. He picks up another one here in Kobe. 53.06 for Maxime Caraban, 57.98 for Sato Tomoki, and Ito 101.32 for him in third position. But a quite remarkable lead-off from Maxime Caraban. Thought that world record would be in danger. The championship record even. In the end, though, it was himself against the clock, and he was about 40 or so metres out in front when he went across that finishing line. And Maxime Caraban shows again what a future he has in this sport, and another World Championship victory. And now he'll be setting all eyes on the Paralympic Games step later in the year.
That was quite an exhibition from Caraban, and the only reason I think we didn't see a world record there was because of the wind, especially in 400 meters. As a wheelchair racer, you tend to be able to carry your speed better, but had he had that wind behind him on the back straight, he would have been able to get up to top speed much quicker, and that would have carried him around. But still, a fantastic time and another world championship title for Caraban.
No, I will do it. Black this first.
The flags are out again.
It's black. Okay. Behind.
I always worry when I see flags that are very similar to each other, whether it be Belgium, Germany.
Okay, can I get you guys to come a
You
bit
can
closer?
get concerned that the wrong flag might come out, and I'm sure the athlete would recognise that, but I do worry. There are certain flags you don't have to worry about. You know exactly that there's nothing like them. The Japanese one is one of them. As it is another gold for Maxime Caraban of Belgium. We head back to the shot put F20, and we just saw a very happy Zolkefli, who's in the lead.
He is in firm control. We're in round 4. He's just thrown 17.17. Extends his season best even further. He's only 40 centimetres off the world record now. Parkom Rodakal of Thailand has gone out to 12.11. This is 5th round attempt. Boonkong Sanaput did not get any further. He was 9th when the split came in. F20, this is the intellectual category. So Kefli is doing a really, really good job so far. There's no doubt about that. Southeast Asia really massively represented in this final, because here's Mohammed Alif Mohammed Awi, 13.48 in the opening round. That's just shy. It's red anyway. He knew it wasn't going on. Normally see some very good Malaysian success. Muhammad Puzi, fantastic 100 meters racer. And in terms of this women's long jump T38, Luca Eckler in pole position, championship record close to the world record. Palameke in second, America's record 4.97. Goncharova back for neutral athletes everywhere. She's in third and only a centimeter behind the silver medal position. Here goes Shimara in fourth. Lifetime best territory she's in.
Now, we have just seen an absolutely massive jump from Palameke. At one point, Saladariaga Hernandez was in the bronze medal position. She is having a fantastic competition in her own right. Already set a lifetime best of 4.64 meters. But that woman there, Palameke, she has just wrestled the silver medal position from Goncharova.
4.37 this time for Saladariaga. We're in the 5th round. This has just zipped along. Excellent competition. And Goncharova, 16 years or thereabouts, she's been competing in the big time. Beijing 08. 4.96 in the opening round, her best. That has her in 3rd position. And she's only a centimetre back from Palameke, who's usurped her for now. Climbed from 3rd to 2nd, from bronze to silver, the Colombian. So penultimate go for Goncharova. She's competitive. That knocks her around 5.
The Goncharova has just watched that silver medal get taken by 1 centimeter. The width of your nail, but those are the margins that we are dealing with. And I was a little worried about Goncharova when I saw her come out at the beginning of the competition with all that strapping on her takeoff knee.
Don't worry about it. This is a serious attempt That's a mixed reaction from her. It'll change now because 5:08 puts her into silver.
She has responded. Even just watching that runway, that looked to me a short runway from Goncharova, about 12 to 13 strides. That's what we would normally call a short approach. That's almost what you would do in training, and I do wonder if that knee is coming into it. Even still, 5 meters 8 for Goncharova.
Eckler, the leader. That might help. 5:63 her best. Smashed her championship record from Dubai 5 years ago. Added 30 centimeters on it. 5:82 is the world record. Conditions seem nice and still.
Eckler is making this look so easy. Conditions actually do look much, much calmer now. When she jumped that championship record in round 2, that was into a negative 2.7 meter headwind. That is eating centimeters off of this jump.
All the 5s. That would have been good enough for a massive lead in its own right. Look at that set of marks.
So confirmation of Maxime Caravan with a gold medal, 53.06. Tomoki Sato and Ito with the silver and bronze medals. Whereas Juarez just missing out in 4th place.
Well, in Belgium, when they wish you good luck, they say success, and that is success. That is massive success. By the way, some of you might have had a slight interruption, missed the first couple of races. Serkin Yildirim win the men's 400 T12 heat, and Muncha Bouchet did the same. The big time continues, a big final, big names. Women's 100 T34. Coordination impairment, wheelchair racing, and one of the greatest champions we've seen in anything, anywhere, is in this. Individually, never beaten in a global championship race. 14 golds for Hannah Cockcroft. Cockcroft going in 6. 21 global golds. Fabiana Andre, European champion, goes in 4 for Great Britain. The Asian Games champion, Lan Han Yu. Plus Kitara, who was 2nd, and Liu, who was 3rd in the Asian Games championship. This is really massively stacked up. And anybody thinking of doing a Chad Paris will be very harshly interrupted. They actually do that if you're leaving the stadium as well. Well, Hannah Cockcroft does have a World Championship silver to her name. That was in the Universal Relay in Paris last year. 3 European golds and a silver when she was edged out by Kari Denigan, the only woman to beat her in an individual championship race. What a lovely evening in Kobe. What a brilliant field this is. "8 a.m. we all saw her rolling into the stadium. Long day for her.
Women's 100 meters, T34.
So in lane 2 for Japan, 4th in the 100 meters final in the Asian Games last year in Hangzhou. Ayano Yoshida, or Yoshida Ayano locally. In lane 3 for Belgium, bronze in the 1 and the 8 in the European Championships in 2018 in Berlin, Joyce Lefebvre of Womelgem. In lane 4 for Great Britain, the reigning 100 and 800 European champion, bronze in the 100 in the Worlds last year, Fabienne Andre. In lane 5 for Japan, bronze in the 100 meters in the Asian Games last year, Moa Onodera. In lane 6 for Great Britain, the 7-time Paralympic, 14-time world champion, Hannah Cockcroft. In lane 7 for China, the reigning Asian Games 100 and 800 champion, Lan Han Yu. In lane 8 for Japan, silver in the 100 and the 8 in the Asian Games last year, silver in the 1 and the 2, 2011 Christchurch, Haruka Kitiara. And in lane 9 for China, bronze in the 800 in last year's Asian Games, Liu, Pan, pan for pan. This is a magnificent field.
Hannah Cockcroft said she has completely changed her starting technique since February at the Dubai Grand Prix. Let's see if it pays off.
On your marks.
She has been the woman in this for years and years and years. Yoshida in 2, Lefebvre 3, Andre 4, Onodera 5, Cockcroft 6, Land 7, Katara 8, Liu 9. Women's 100 meters final.
Set.
T34. Away first time, and Cockcroft away first time. Sensationally away. Look at that start. Land behind in second place. Cockcroft leading by a long way at halfway. Land and Aldera moving up. The big battle for second. Cockcroft's going to win it again. 16.88. Land the silver. And Aldera the bronze. China 2, Japan 3. And Hannah Cockcroft is a 15-time world champion. Absolutely magnificent. The seasons change, the years tick on, the colour remains the same. Gold once more for Hannah Cockcroft, Land second, on Adera third, Fabienne Andre in fourth spots.
I was worried for that official at the end. Hannah was absolutely flying, and he was attempting to corral all those racers. But look here, this is how you know an athlete pays attention to detail. Her gloves match her chair. Well, Hannah said she had been working on her start, and look at that. Just look at the hand speed. The stroke an athlete will use when they're at top speed versus when they're getting off the start line is completely different, and hand speed certainly helps, and it is just faster than everyone else in that field.
She never gets tired of victory, never gets tired of the wins, never gets tired of the domination. And she's going to be top of the podium again with a bigger prize on the way in Paris later this year. Hannah Cockcroft, 2 goals in 2011. That was 100 and 200. And she is 13 years later still the world 100 meters champion. Undisputed.
And talking of undisputed, we may well have yet another championship for Luca Eckler. There are 2 left to jump, which has just happened with Goncharova is about to go now. And then it's Eckler afterwards. And we'll be done. So Goncharova has to improve by around 60 centimeters almost, if she is to usurp Luca Eckler, the reigning champion. Off she goes, Goncharova, and it will be silver for her, which means that Luca Eckler again will pick up the gold medal. So Eckler defends her title as she heads towards the Paralympics this year, looking to defend that one as well. She's done the job in the long jump pit. She's added to the 100 meters gold she's taken at these championships. Goncharova will have to settle for silver, and given the state of a possible injury, I think she'll be quite happy with that when she sits back and reflects on it. 5:08, her season best. America's record for Palameke, who's in the bronze medal position. So what a debut for her in the long jump, Palameke. But here we go for Luca Eckler. It's a free jump. 5:63, the championship record. Can she come up with something a little bit more to thrill this crowd who have piled in to watch her compete? Luca Eckler of Hungary. What does she have left on jump number 6? Her final one. Off she goes. Well, that will be a red flag. Eckler bows to the crowd and says thank you very much. It doesn't matter in the scheme of things. She's picked up the gold medal and broken her own championship record. 5:63, the new mark. Before that, it was 5:31. She holds the world record as well does Luca Eckler. Look at those marks, pretty much all the way down, especially the first 5. Brilliant work from the Hungarian.
Luca Eckler was watching the World Championships in London 2017, and 4 years later, after discovering it for herself, she then became Paralympic champion. And she's actually started teaching a para-athletics course at university because she wants to help others find the sport sooner than she did.
She's the European champion, the Paralympic champion, and yet again, she's the world champion. Talking of world champions, Maxine Caravan has done it for the 2nd time in a row as well, from Belgium, 53.06. Sato Tomoki and Ito Tachua, silver and bronze for Japan in the men's 400 metres T52. And we'll stick with the track because we have the equivalent of what we just had a moment ago in the women's. There's the men's 100 metres T34 final. Wally Katila is the world record and championship record holder. Those both set at different venues back in 2019. There he is. 3-time Paralympic champion, 3-time world champion over this distance. And he'll look to add to the silver he picked up in the 400.
Representing Mauritius, Michelle Roberto.
Roberto Michel, who has gone through as one of the fastest qualifiers that missed out automatically. He finished 4th just outside the medals last year. The man who's already taken gold here over 400 metres, Mohammed Al Mahdi of the UAE. We'll go in lane 3. Gong Wenhao, silver at the Asian Para Games last year, and 6th in Paris in this event.
Lane 5, representing Tunisia.
Wale Katila doesn't need much of an introduction. He's won gold in this in 2012, 16 and 20 at the Paralympic Games.
Lane 6, representing Qatar, Arshid Ali Radi.
Ali Rashid of Qatar, bronze medalist in the Asian Para Games last year.
Representing
Mohammed Othman, he was disqualified in the 400-metre final. Let's hope for better in the 100. European champion from 2021 in Big Gosh, Henry Mani of Finland. And in lane number 9, it is Ahmed Nawad. He made his debut back in 2019 in Dubai. He was 8th in the Paralympic Games in Tokyo 2020. So they're set to go in the men's 100 metres T34. Michelle in 2, Al-Mahadi in 3, Gong in 4, Katila in 5, Arshid in 6, Othman in 7, Mani in 8, and Nawad in lane 9. And they do get away, and Wally Katila is quickest of all, but also looking good is Mohammed Othman out in lane 7, who's in 2nd position at the moment. Katila, though, has really put the hands down and he's moving at a great rate of knots. He's going to take it, Wally Katila. 2nd, it is Gong who's taken it, and then there's been a crash at the very end with a couple of the athletes have gone down. We'll just work out they're okay in a moment, but a season best, 15:29. It's Mohammed Al-Mahadi who's gone down there, just trying to work out who the other athlete is on the ground, but they've clattered into each other at the end. Mani has picked up the bronze medal, 15:76, behind Gong there. But Katila has taken it, but there's medical assistance out there. I think the athletes are just worried what's happened, but we'll just stick with this for the time being because Katila has taken a season best with a victory. Gong with a silver, and Henry Mani, the European champion, has added a bronze medal in the World Championships to that one. So I think that incident happened after they'd gone across the line and had twisted into one lane and the other, and unfortunately, in wheelchair racing, these things happen.
You can see Waleed Katila there getting a fantastic start, and if you are a hardcore fan of wheelchair racing, you'll notice that he is using soft gloves, and that is known to give you a better start. But if you see Gong just to his right, He uses hard gloves. Typically, hard gloves will give you a better top end speed. So in that 100 meters, it's just picking between what's more important. And in this case, it looked like the acceleration and the start won out. Just a quick note about the crash. You see there Walid Katila just hitting his compensator. Sometimes at the end of a 100 meters, you might just miss that compensator. And so while everyone else is turning, you're still going straight. That's when that crash happened. And hopefully both athletes involved are okay.
Well, a season best there. Wong in second place. And I can tell you, Henry Manny has taken that by an absolute bare margin at the end. He just about got there. He's beaten in Othman, who finished fourth by 1/100th of a second to take that bronze medal. 15.76 for Henry Manny. Mohammed Othman, 15.77. So a very close run finish. And it is Walid Katila, though, who picks up the gold medal. Talking of gold medals, that lady knows all about them. A championship record. Still celebrating is Luca Eckler. She's over to get a picture taken next to the board with her championship record on it. And quite rightly so. 2 gold medals for her at these championships already. She claimed the 100 meters. She has added the long jump to that. What a couple of days for her.
Well, it's been a big year for her already. She's just taken her first global 100-meter title. She's now the long jump world champion, defending that title, and she had a lovely trip to the Laureate Sport Awards.
She's got a wonderful technique. Great takeoff on the board. She does what you said. She pops that board when she hits it and makes that lovely sound when she gets the takeoff.
And you can just see as she has that moment where she's just hanging in the air. And I've said it before, when you make something look easy like that, that is when you have truly mastered that technique.
Parasport, it pops up some lovely, lovely stories. Luca Eckler is one of them, a championship record. Goncharova, a season best in silver. And Palameke, a new America's record in her first ever international long jump competition. She takes the bronze medal. Asian record for Chen as well. Lifetime best for Saudi Riaga Hernandez.
Lots of field events continuing here. Men's javelin F64 will be coming up. The shot put F32 and the F20, the intellectual category, sees Mohamed Zayed Zelkefli take the gold again from Malaysia. Asian record 17:43. Souan Missonier the silver for France, and Yori Congo the bronze for Ecuador. So let's watch Mohamed Atishi here, who's for Turkey. Why not? This was elsewhere in the competition. Aiming to be a contender for a good bit of this. Going out to 15 meters 40 for 4th place. So congratulations to Jordi Congo for his bronze medal, 15:80, season's best. And it's Souan Missonier of France. So final round does that. He was out of the medals, he was down in 5th place, sending it out to 15 meters 92. And Missonier gets the silver medal. Absolutely fantastic throw. Missonier competed in front of a home crowd last year, finished 5th in the Worlds in Paris at the Stade Charlotte. Mohamed Zelkefli leading from round 1, 15:58, and it just kept increasing round by round. attempt. 17:43. Already won the gold before this throw. And Malaysia now have a medal of every colour. Asian record, 17:43. He has a lot to be thankful for. Another gold. Mawaz Al-Kefli, gold for Malaysia, 17:43. Messonnier, the silver for France, 15:92. Yoni Congo, the bronze for Ecuador, 15:80. And Mohamed Atishi, extra publicity for him in 4th.
They should make a song about Ecuador, I'm sure.
Yoni Congo. Here he comes. This was in round 2. Got this one out. All the way to 16 meters almost. And here is 15 meters 80. And Yoni Congo gets the bronze. What a lovely throw. And what a great result for Ecuador. So Al-Kefli the gold, Messonnier the silver, and Congo the bronze for Ecuador.
Confirmation of the men's 100 metres T34. Wally Katila, season best, 15:29. Gong with a silver. And Henry Manny, the European champion, is now the world bronze medalist.
Hannah Cockcroft does it again in the women's 100 metres T34, winning in 16:89. Lan Hanyu, the silver for China. And Mo Onodera, the bronze for Japan. On we go. Women's 400 metres T12, medium visual impairment. It's up to 5% vision. The Asian Games gold medalist from 2014 will be in lane 7. Noah Mara Durand. Official line from the Cuban team, from the Cuban Sports Ministry, pulled just beforehand, but by doing that, she's out for the week. Women's 400 T12 final, Shen Yakin in 7. Asian Games gold medalist, Pan Am bronze medalist, Lorraine Gomez, worth watching too. And Hajar Safazada on the brink of big history for Iran. They've only started entering female athletes.
Women's 400 meters T12. Lane 7.
So lane 7 for China. The 2014 Asian champion, silver in 2023 in the 4. Shen Yakin and a guide, Li Wen. Guides optional in this. In lane 5 for Brazil, the Pan Am bronze medalist in the 1 and the 2 last year in Santiago, Lorraine Gomez, and her guide, Fernando Martins. A global debut
Lane 3.
in lane 3 for the 200 meters Asian Games champion. Silver in the 1, the 2, and the 4 in 2018 in Jakarta for Iran, Hajar Safazada Kadarajani. And in lane 1 for Brazil,
Representing Brazil,
Katila Teodoro
Guide.
in a final for the first time with a guide, Rodrigo Arcanjo.
Women 400 meters T12. Final. Start
So
now.
no Omar Durand, which means we will have a new world
On
champion.
your marks.
Teodoro in 1, Safazada in 3, Gomez in 5, Shenyakine in 7. Safazada brilliant in the semi-final. A new champion is waiting to be crowned. The women's 400 T12 final.
Set.
So we're the first time I'm asking. Just look at Safazada. Gandarajani goal. Great start by her. It's not a bad start. Not her outside by Lorraine Gomez either. But she has some pace. Safazada, 58-32 so far this season, and away she goes. She's already caught up in Gomez on her outside. Well past Shenyakine as well in terms of the stagger. She is a brilliant athlete. This could be a big moment of history for Iran to claim a women's global para-athletics gold. Hajar Safazada setting massive standards here. Well out on her own. Coming into the closing straight. And in a class of her own. She's got 50 meters to keep this up. To become an Iranian woman world champion. Hajar Safazada Gandarajani does it. Gold for Iran. That is history. Silver for Lorraine Gomez Diaguilar, and bronze for Katila Teodoro, who has for her first ever global medal. But Hajar Safazada Gandarajani is the world champion, and she has done it for Iran on her global debut. An Asian record, 57.56. Gomez second, Teodoro third. Teodoro, who had never won a global medal before, has done so now. She was the only athlete to go without a guide, and she did not need one.
I was actually welling up as she crossed the line. Durand not being here completely changed the landscape of this field, but you can only race the people who line up. And Safarzadeh Gandarajani, she committed right from the start. She took that opportunity and she saw it out to the finish, and she has made history.
What a win. 57.56 to claim gold for Iran. It is a massive story in its own right. No Omara Durand for the week now. But we've got Hajar, and she has the gold. What a win.
Men's javelin throw, F64. You might recognise that man on the left of the screen there. He's been in a couple of things already. Derek Loxodon, silver in the high jump, bronze in the 100 metres already here. Sandeep of India, 66.18, his lifetime best. El Zouri of Morocco, his season best of 55.84. The winner at the Pan American Games last year, Roberto Floriani. The reigning champion, Sumit, he's also the Paralympic champion. Jonas Spudas, silver medalist in the Europeans back in 2021. India very well represented. Sandeep Sagar.
Representing Sri Lanka,
Korathuwaku, bronze medalist last year in Paris.
representing Cuba,
Monterrey Perez of Cuba, lifetime best of 52.45. We have a mixture of F42s, F43s, F44s, and F64s going in this event. So there is the women's 400 metres T12 results.
Hajar Safazada Gandarajani, Iran's first female medal at a Paralympics Worlds, and it's a gold. Asian record 57.56. Gomez and Teodoro second and third. for Brazil. We've seen some brilliant stuff. It's a very good Commonwealth Games of Birmingham. I actually think it would be worth their while putting a bid in for a championship somewhere along the way. I think they get really good crowds at it. And they've got a great stadium there as well, having redeveloped. There are lots of cities that would love to have this event.
I'll tell you one thing that's disappointing is that we're hoping to see Akeem Stewart. Now, you remember him from 2017 when he made his world bow, winning in the javelin there. Well, Akeem Stewart does not start in that men's javelin throw F64. So their field will be one less. There'll only be 9 going in that one. No Akeem Stewart. He wasn't there in the introductions. So he does not start. Men's 400 metres, T38. The least of the coordination impairment categories. This will see Jaden Blackwell, the reigning champion, in the centre of your screen. He may be in the centre of the podium come the end as well. Nick Mayhew also competing. Nick Mayhew, formerly a T37, now in the T38 category. Gisani Garcia, number 9 there, who is the Paralympic champion. No Europeans or Africans in this field. Not very often you would say something like that, but that is the case. He looks relaxed, doesn't he, Jaden Blackwell? He's the world record and championship record holder. That set last year in Paris, winning this event. So 3 Americans, Mayhew there, Ryan Medrano, and the reigning champion, Jaden Blackwell. But a very strong field.
Men's 400 meters, T38, final.
Mexico's Jose Cisani Garcia.
Representing Mexico.
He finished 8th in the 100 metres here, but he is the reigning Paralympic champion in this event.
Lane 8, representing United States of America.
Ryan Medrano also in the 100, he finished 5th. He is the current Parapan American Games champion from last year.
Lane 7, representing United States
Jaden
of
Blackwell,
America.
gold already here in the 100 metres, now looking for the 400 to go with it. The reigning champion in this event
Lane 6,
goes in 7.
representing Iraq.
Ali Al-Rikabi of Iraq, who was bronze medalist last year. He's the Asian champion.
Lane
Nick
5,
Mayhew.
representing United States of America.
He won gold in the Paralympics in the 100 and 200 and T37 in Tokyo in 2021.
Lane
Now a
4,
T38 athlete.
Democratic Republic
Teofilo
of
Freitas of the Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste. 55.05, his lifetime best.
Lane 3,
And from Thailand in lane 3,
Pompana
it is
Amortha.
Pompana of Thailand, 57.83, that season best set this year,
Start now.
which is also his lifetime best.
On your marks.
So 7 to go. The breeze, by the way, has died down somewhat, but it is deceptive. Men's 400 metres, T38 final.
Set.
Well, they were held for quite a while, but they got away in the end. And as expected, Medrano and Blackwell out there very fast indeed. Already up past Chesani Garcia, the Paralympic champion. And it is Jaden Blackwell who's moved out ahead of Ryan Medrano in lane 7. Mayhew making it an American 1-2-3 at present, but there is a long way to go, around 150 metres as they move around that bend and now hit the straight with 100 metres to go, and the lactic acid burn starts to happen. Jaden Blackwell, he's around 10 metres in front of Medrano at the moment. He's had a look at the clock. He's stretching that out to 15 to 20 metres. He is going to retain his title. Let's guess whether it's going to be an American 1-2-3. It's definitely going to be gold medal, 48.87. Medrano takes second, and it is the Paralympic champion, Chesani Garcia, who comes across in third place ahead of Nick Mayhew. So 48.87 the time. It's outside the championship and world record, but he won't mind. Season best for Blackwell, and he makes it a double and does a few push-ups to show that he can do a bit more. 100 and 400 metre gold medals at these championships. A lifetime best for Medrano, 50.53. A season best for Chesani Garcia, the Paralympic champion, in 51.19. He led from start to finish, did Jaden Blackwell. He burst through that second 100 metres, and when they got to the halfway point, he ran the bend perfectly fine. Stretched out in the last 100 metres.
All right.
And brought him home as season best as he looks ahead towards Paris and the Paralympics later this year.
Now, we've seen a few upsets in the sprints already. Noah Malone, Salam Kashafali, but Blackwell's champs have gone to script. And look what he's doing here. He's coming down the home stretch. And it sounds strange, but he's actually working hard to stay relaxed. He's forcing himself to breathe out, keep that face relaxed, keep those shoulders down. He's looking around at this point. He knows he has it, and I loved the push-ups at the end, just to say, do you know what? I could do that all over again.
I bet he wouldn't like to, though. He's a happy man. He's got 2 gold medals here in Kobe. A wink for the camera. He's some athlete. And all America's gold, silver, and bronze. USA 1-2, Mexico 3, as we head to the men's javelin throw F64.
It is the European silver medalist from last time out, and Begosyanis Budis, whose opening round attempt. It is Sumit leading for India, 68-17, the reigning world and Paralympic champion. Sandeep in second, that is shy of 50. And it's one of these little vagaries of the system where if you enter one name, it just comes up as an initial, but it is Sumit 1, Sandeep 2, and Spudis will be pushing Derek Loxadet for 5th, which is quite a combination of events that he's going in. High jump, 100, javelin. .46.69, he is 6th of the 6. Now, what are the prospects of India doing a 1-2-3 in this? Because we've got Sandeep Sanjay Sagar coming up as well now.
I wonder what the prospects are of Loxadet doing a decathlon. We know him mostly as a long jumper, and he's very good at that, but he said that he's been really energized and excited about branching out and trying the high jump. We saw that amazing PB and silver medal. Javelin also one of the events he's making a bit of a foray into.
He wouldn't be bad at it, and he's already done a lifetime best in the javelin. There's a few other things on this week he can enter if he wants to. Sandeep Sanjay Sagar for India, who are the top 2 positions. That's going to get into the top 5. He is a 62-82 man this year, which would be good enough for silver right now if he were to replicate his lifetime best from this year. India holding so many cards in the javelin right now. Saga goes fifth, 53, 52. Dulan Kodithu Waku of Sri Lanka. Wow! Look at that! Way beyond 60. Magnificent. Well, he just stormed in, the bronze medalist from last time, behind Sumit and Miao Burian. He's in F44, by the way. They put them in with the 64s. And Dulan, 66.49, is a world record for the F44s. He goes second. It's not the longest throw overall, but in his category, it is a world record. India 1, Sri Lanka 2, India 3. Yorizan Monterrey of Cuba, shy of 50. That will probably put him 7th above Derek Loxodent. It's a lifetime best for Loxodent as well. 47.24. No Akeem Stewart, by the way. If you've joined us in progress, he has not started this final. By the way, I should tell you there was a bus crash this morning, which thankfully didn't affect any athletes. They weren't involved in the accident themselves, but they did delay quite a lot, and there were quite a few who were in late, who were allowed in because of extraneous circumstances. Moon's out already.
Men's 400 metres T38, Jaden Blackwell, Ryan Medrano and Chisani Garcia taking the top spot. Season best for Blackwell, lifetime best for Medrano, and a season best also for Chisani Garcia.
On we go. Men's 400 metres T47. These are heats, 2 heats, so 2 semi-finals basically. T47, below elbow, wrist, single amputee category. And we have 6 going in this. Reigning world champion, Ayub Sadni. Reigning Paralympic champion too. Sadni going in 6. Quite a few championship debutants in this heat with him. 4 out of the 6 are. Sadni with gold in Tokyo, then backed it up in Paris. He had set the world record of the Paris Grand Prix in 2022 and then broke it at last year's World Championships. Sadni had set his first world record in claiming the Paralympic gold in Tokyo. Heath Francis had held the world record for 13 years prior to that, from Beijing in 08.
Men's 400 meters, T47.
Does have that right knee taped up though, interestingly. So we'll see.
Lane 9.
Lane 9 for India. Championship debutant for Bhavi Kumar, Dirishabai, Barwad. Lane 8 for the Dominican Republic. 5th in the 400 of the Paralympic Games in Tokyo, Luis Vasquez. Lane 7 for Venezuela, championship debut for Luis Lopez.
Lopez Morales, Luis Daniel.
In lane 6 for Morocco, the reigning world and Paralympic champion, Ayub Sadni. In lane 5 for Colombia, championship debut for Luis Lara.
Lara Rodaliga, Luis Fernando.
He's a T46, by the way. And in lane 4 for South Africa, championship debut for Colin Malalela. 46 is in with the 47s.
Round 1, Heat 1.
Luis Lara is a double. Ayub Sadni is in.
On your mark.
And well capable against this field. It's the top 3 to go through in the next 2 fastest across the 2 races. Colin Malalela, 51.09 is lifetime best. And Luis Fernandez Lara has his own personal one. Men's 400 T47, first 3 to go through.
Set.
Way the first time of asking. So Sadni, well worth picking out in lane 6. But it's been an equal start pretty much all across the way. Lopez on his outside. He's actually going very well in 7 now. Sadni beginning to put the foot down. He is the real quality of this field, and he is away. Ahead of Lopez in second spot for Venezuela. And also for South Africa, Malalela started quite well up into the 3rd, but Ayub Sadni gliding through, looking to make the big impact and get the big time. It is a big gap he has. Ayub Sadni on his way to the final of the men's 400, where he's the defending champion. Good time too, 47.67. Malalela in 2nd, and look to be Vasquez up in 3rd for the Dominican Republic, and down is Barwad of India. That was way back. Malalela making it lifetime best for him in 49.32. But Sadni not stoppable there in 47.66. Lara 50 dead, lifetime best as well in 4th spot on his championship debut. So Malalela in the final in his championship debut. Vasquez hasn't been in the World Championships before, and Sadni, real class of his own, and that's unfortunate for Bhavi Kumar Dinishbai Barwad, who's down, the 19-year-old.
So difficult to see that when athletes go down, and so unfortunate, but it's just a reminder that sprinting is really, really tough on your body. You can see there a brilliant race. Oh. And just carrying that momentum. You can tell a well-conditioned 400-meter runner when they start waving before the finish line, but also when there's absolutely no break in stride as they're heading down, he looks very relaxed.
Yeah, very good win for Ayub Sadni. It was a nasty hamstring look for Barwad, and well, he couldn't do anything to try and ease that pain immediately by trying to grab it. He's down in the closing straight at the moment. Unfortunate that. But also through Luis Vasquez of the Dominican Republic. And at the summit in the men's javelin F64, it is the reigning champion Sumit. Gold in the last 2 global championships. Leading this by a good way, 68-17. And that might be a bit more. Oh, he's really thrown that out. India 1 and 3 at the moment. And Sumit has done brilliantly. He's the world record holder. 73-29 in claiming the Asian Games title at Hangzhou. The championship record earlier in the summer in Paris, 70-83. This one is 69-50. And Sumit leads by 3 meters and 1 centimeter. So Vasquez through for the Dominican Republic. You've got the Dominican Republic and you've got Dominica. Who are the Dominicans? Actually, neither of them. From the Dominican Republic there. They go by Dominicans, and Dominicans. There are Dominicans, they're monks. And they are not here, I don't think.
So the second heat, and the men's 400 metres T47. There are 6 due to go in this one, and all of them will be on the start line. So the 3 fastest go through. 2 best times, 50.66 is the cut-off point at the moment from the last heat. So that and one that was quicker is what they have to look out for in this one here. So we have a good spattering of athletes who have won plenty here. Perhaps not as strong as the last heat, but it will be strong nonetheless.
Men's 400 meters, T47, round 1, heat 2.
Now here's a man who's competed over 200, 400,
29, representing Uzbekistan,
1500.
Muradulov Marjan.
Muradulov of Uzbekistan will go out in lane 9.
Lane 8, representing Cuba, Daniel.
The current Paralympic American Games champion over this distance, Milanes Daniel of Cuba.
Lane 7, representing Brazil,
Lucas de Souza Lima, who was 7th in this event at the Paralympic Games in Tokyo.
Lane 6, representing Japan,
Suzuki Yudo, who's competed in long jump and the 100 metres previously. And the silver medalist at the Asian Para Games, Nerveri Pradana of Indonesia. And from the Dominican Republic, 26 years of age at his first major championships. It is Christian Mejia.
Men's 400 T47, round 1, heat 2 starts now.
On your marks.
De Souza Lima's season best, his lifetime best, is 49.29 in lane 7. So there's the hot seats you see down the bottom left. Lara Rodiega and Lopez Morales, 50 and 50.66 respectively. First 3 go through automatically.
Set.
And away they go, and De Souza Lima got away really quickly there. He's already up on the inside shoulder of Daniel, the Cuban, and the Japanese athlete. Suzuki Udai is also looking very strong as he heads down that back straight in this T47 men's 400 metres second heat. Top 3 will go through to the final, but it is important because the qualifiers can get through. 2 from this are possible to get through as they bound around, and it is the Japanese athlete Suzuki who leads at the moment, but down the outside is Muradulov of Uzbekistan who's making a run for it. It looks like Suzuki and Muradulov are going to go through. Muradulov on the outside, Suzuki on the inside. Hard to split them there, but inside it looks like Pradana has taken 3rd position from Indonesia. Suzuki's been given it in a lifetime best. Muradulov just 100th of a second behind, also a lifetime best for him. So those 2 definitely go through. And it is Pradana in a season best who picks up 3rd position. So perhaps a little bit of an upset there that De Souza Lima, that form he's shown this year, he couldn't manage to get himself into the top 3 positions. Lifetime best of 50.48 for Mejia, so he will go through. But he'll be the only one from this who does. And a strong start there from the Brazilian, but he just couldn't keep it up.
We see once again in these 400 meters, everything can change on that back straight. And I do wonder if Suzuki just got a little bit excited with that crowd. Muradulov wondering if maybe he did want to finish first in that one, but it's just the heat and the top three go through. But obviously Suzuki was feeling good and he thought he'd put on a little bit of a show for the crowd.
Yeah, he got there by the barest, didn't he? 1/100th of a second. Lifetime best Muradalev. Pradana goes through as a season best, and Magia will also go through in 54.8. D'Souza Lima, though, will miss out. Well, there's been a bit of medical help as well for D'Souza Lima as he's gone across the line. So a couple of races now, we've seen a couple of issues with the athletes, but hopefully they're okay, and he is back on his feet and walking away, I can tell you. And we head back to the men's javelin throw, F64. What a competition this is turning into.
The top S is Sumit, the next S is Sandeep. Once upon a time, they used to come up as Sumit and Sandeep. I actually have asked across a few different sports why sometimes athletes from India particularly are put down under one name, and never really been given a satisfying answer. That's just the way it is.
There's only one man who deserves to have his name twice, and that's Rushdie.
Here is Jonas Budis just trying to get his run up right in this F64. Just couldn't get the flow going. Right now he's in 9th, and he needs to gain an extra 21 centimeters to get above Yorizan Monterrey of Cuba and to get into the top 8 to have more throws. But I mean, obviously he's in this, what is a multi-category F64 final. There are 44s, 42s and 43s, while without blades. And Spudis, wow, he did it. Up into 8th, 46. 92, Yorizan Monterrey will have a reply shortly.
Now I have a question that I also haven't been able to find an answer to. How come in the high jump and in the long jump it's listed as a T event and this is an F?
The long jump is listed as a T event, I'm assuming, because there was a running track down the first part of it.
You've got a running track here.
Yeah, I see your point. I see your point, but it's a shorter run-up, isn't it? You can take that up with the powers that be. It's all yours.
I think F is down as filled for simply the throwing events.
Paul Fitzgerald, who's in charge of World Para-Athletics, is here, Stephanie. You know him. Have a chat with him later on.
We'll bring you the answer tomorrow.
We'll bring him down and get him on, shall we? We'll find out.
So Saga's third round throw, 58.79 in the second round. That's around the same mark. 58.23. He stays in 5th. Here's Dulan Godathu Waku of Sri Lanka. Looking to go big again. He has gone big again. But it's shy of 60.
And I sounded a bit like your mother or father then, didn't I, Stephanie, saying that?
You haven't said my full name often.
World Championship bronze previously for Sri Lanka. Actually, he knew, didn't he? He knew that was going to pull down. Looked great for a while, but he's the expert. And then plunked down around 59. 59.39 for Godathu Waku. Yorizan Monterrey needs something around 47 meters to stay in it. That might just be it. That looks quite close to 50. And that would be survival. That was a very, very good throw. Really put an immense amount into it. This would get him above Jonas Budis. Might just get him above Derek Loxodent as well. Oh, 47.97. He's up to 7th. And he will see out the competition all the way. And we have reached halfway. It is India 1, India 3. Sri Lanka in the middle, Sumit on top. 69.50. The defending champion, the Paralympic champion, is top of the pile. This is the throw that's done it. Sumit in the second round. A really solid effort. If there was a 70-meter line, it would have come immensely close to it. Brilliant throwing. And well, at the moment, the 3 medals are heading to the same part of the world, but there's still 3 more rounds to go. $69.50 for Sumit. He is our leader.
Men's 400 metres, T47 results, the opening heat. And Stadny has gone through in a season best at the top of the pile. And the top of the pile there is Suzuki. Medja went through as one of the qualifiers from that one. And in the opening heat, it was Lara Rodiega who went through as the qualifier. So there are our 8 names through to the men's 400 metres T47 final. But with now, women's 100 metres T11 complete visual impairment final.
Yeah, the big finals keep on going. And the 2 names on screen, the world record holder and the championship record holder, are both going in this in lanes 3 and 5. Everybody in this has been a champion at one time or another, and we have 2 reigning champions there. Jerusa Geber dos Santos, the reigning Pan Am and world champion. Broke the world record in Sao Paulo last year. Lorena Silva Spoladore, formerly Salvatini, world gold in the long jump in 2013. Pan Am gold last year. Lu Kujing, 6-time world champion. Jerusa Geber, the Pan Am and world champion right now. Xu Guha, the 5-time world champion. This is a magnificent field. It is a glorious field. Xiao Guha, the former 100 meters world champion, dethroned by Jerusa Geber dos Santos, who's now won back-to-back world crowns. Lu Kujing with the championship record in the semi-final. And you think of the great years of Guilhermina, who was a real out-and-out star and a real breakout star in Brazilian sport, and what she did for para-athletics, and the next generation have really carried it on.
And sometimes that's all it takes. It takes this one athlete in a country to really capture the imagination of everyone. And she was a special athlete. 1, she was unbelievably talented, but 2, she also was just a lot of fun. She would always compete with a new design eye covering, and that was also one of the things everyone was really excited to see. She has even run with Usain Bolt as her guide, and we can see in the results just the dominance Brazil has had, particularly in the guided events. And again, it all starts with that one athlete.
She had a real flamboyance about her. She was kind of a bolt of the women's T11, if you like. And I remember the Panini sticker album they brought out for the Rio Paralympic Games. Oh, sorry, the Olympic Games in Rio. You open it up, and you had the Olympics on the left side page and the Paralympics on the right side page. So it wasn't in the little corner at the back like, here's a couple of... right, they do with some football albums. Well, here are the Division 2 teams, and we'll give you 4 pages, but it was 50% Olympic stickers, 50% Paralympic stickers, and they were all on facing pages, which I thought was brilliant. And she was on the front cover as well. Love my sticker albums.
Clearly.
And actually, speaking of the Paralympics, I can't believe we didn't mention it yesterday, but I just noticed yesterday was 100 days to go.
That's a great milestone.
T11 final.
So is 99. I'll tell you, it's 99 weather here.
I quite like a 99
Lane
about that.
7.
In lane 1
Representing People's
for
Republic
Brazil.
of China.
The reigning long jump Pan Am champion, the former world champion of the long jump, Lorena Silva Spoladora, she is now.
Silva Spoladora.
And her guide, Renato Costa. In lane 3 for China. The 6-time world champion, 4-time Paralympic champion, Liu Kujing. And her guide, Chen Shengming. Lane 5 for Brazil. The 2 in a row, 100 meters world champion. The world record holder, Jerusha Geber. And her guide, Gabriel dos Santos.
Lane 7.
And in lane 7 for China, the 2013 and 2017 world champion, the 5-time world champion, the London 2012 100 meters champion, Zhou Guha, and her guide, Gu Dengpu. It is an immense field, and apart from Lorena Silva, everybody's broken 12 seconds. Silva is 12:02. The world record's 11:83. High-class field. You better believe it. Lorena Silva in lane 1. Liu Kujing in 3. Jerusha Geber in 5. Zhou Guha in 7. Brazil, China, Brazil, China. Yet again, what a field. Liu Kujing with the championship record in the semi-final. 12:10. The fastest time in the world this year. The final of the women's 100 meters. T11. And away first time, great start by Liu Kujing in 3 for China. Geber moving up for Brazil now, trying to get a rhythm going. Is Liu Kujing still leading? Geber fighting back, Geber in the way. Geber takes it, 11:93, championship record, so close to her own world record. Liu gets the silver for China. 11.93 is a new championship record. She was fighting hard against Liu. Silva gets the bronze for Brazil. And that for her is a 7th all-time global medal. Zhu in 4th. Now they know it. Silva was so tight a dip between her and Zhu Guha. Brazil got 2 medals and China 1. I thought Liu lost a little bit of a rhythm there, maybe. The guide seemed to be ahead of her Chen. It's great teamwork for Brazil. They get 2 of the 3 medals here, and they get the gold.
Oh, you can see the delight, you can see the teamwork, you can see why Brazil is so dominant. Just watch the work the guides do as they're giving information about where the other athletes are. And just at the end there, perfectly timed, he's making sure his athlete gets across, setting her up for the dip finish.
Watch Liu, watch Liu. I think she might have just got it, but her guide was very close to the line. No doubt about the goal for Jerusha Geber. Maybe Liu just got away with it. They just lost rhythm with about 30 minutes to go, I thought. Chen, the guide, was ahead of Liu Kujing, and they had to straighten up. And they did in the end. Jerusha Geber seemed to have a slight problem that way early on, but they sorted it. And Brazil get the win. They are having a great championship. They have a massive team here. That's gold number 14 for them. It's 25 medals for them. And India, I'll tell you, are having a time of it as well. 2 golds, 7 medals overall. And it is Sumit who leads. It's Sandeep who's third. And Sumit goes now.
Decent enough javelin throw, F64 competition, this one. Loads happening in the field, but this is taking centre stage at the moment, and that is way out there. from Sumit. That's well over the 60-metre mark, 69.50 is the leading mark. Isn't going to be out that far. $65.58. So his second round throw remains his best of 69.50. In case you're wondering why Waku has a world record, he's an F44 athlete, Sumit F64. There's a mixture of different athletes across this. There's Loxodon with his penultimate throw. 47.24, he's in 8th position. Silver in the high jump for Derek Loxodon. Bronze in the 100 metres.
Now just watch this throw from Loxodon. It's interesting to see that Loxodon actually blocks with his human leg, while as Sumit blocks with his blade. And I do wonder, after sitting under the tent and studying Sumit's technique, this is still a very new event for Loxodon. Perhaps he will consider a switch.
So the Cuban, Monterrey Perez, as we head out in order now from bottom to top. This is his 5th attempt, 47.97. It's not too dissimilar to the naked eye. There's some big throwers at the top, though. And it may seem a little bit confusing, this one here. It is an F64 final. There are a mixture of F43s, F42s, F44s, and F64s as well.
There's only one T11 at the top. Teresa Gay with a gold for Brazil, 11.93 championship record. Lu Kujing silver on 12, and a brilliant bronze medal as well, which went to Lorena Silva.
Women's 100 metres T63 final. There's some great stories in this one. There are 5 set to go. This is the penultimate final of the evening, penultimate track event of the evening. The host nation, Japan, will have 2 racing in this one. So the athletes will be introduced to the crowd in a moment or two's time. 1 T42 going in this as well. That lady there, brilliant story. She wrote a children's book. I'll give you a bit more about that in a moment or two's time. It involved drawings. Alexandra Nouchet out there in lane 7. So Charisma Tirani, who's the lone 42 who goes in this, she holds the world and championship record, the Indonesian. Ambra Sabatini, who isn't in this. No Italians going in this, so taken the last Paralympics and World Championships in a 1-2-3, the Italians. Not this time. No Contrafato, no Sabatini, no Caironi.
Lane 3, representing Norway,
Anna Delia, 25 years of age, her first major championship international stage. This lady here,
representing Japan,
Megawa Kaida, wrote a children's book about a black dog, her black dog with a prosthetic leg, Kuchan Itarashi, which translates to "Have a nice day, Kuchan." It's a brilliant, brilliant book with drawings. Charisma Eva Tirani, gold medalist from 2019 in Dubai. Tozawa Tomomi, bronze in long jump in Dubai in 2019. She was 8th in this event back in Tokyo 2020. And Alexandra Nuche, the former para swimmer, will go out in lane 7.
Women's 100 meters, T63 final starts now.
On your marks.
So Nuche in 7, Tozawa in 6, Tirani in 5, Megawa in 4, and Delilah of Norway in lane 3.
Set.
Tirani, the only T42 athlete in it, and she's gone out in front. They'll get going in a moment or two's time. The Japanese are doing their best through the middle there in Tozawa, but it is going to be Tirani who's going to take it in first place. Tirani goes across 14.64. It is then Tozawa and Megawa who pick up the silver and bronze medals. 14.64 is inside that championship record mark, and the 2:42 records for Tirani of Indonesia. She set that back in 2019. She's broken it here though. 14.65 is the mark for her. So she's taken 7/100ths of a second off her own championship record. Tozawa with a season best 15.76 with the silver. And it's Japan who's also picked up the bronze medal. Megawa with a lifetime best 16.11. Nuche also a lifetime best for her. But it is Tirani of Indonesia who takes that championship record and the gold. Delilah down in 5th place, a season best for her. So all round, brilliant work from those athletes.
You can see there that some of the athletes are choosing to use blocks and some aren't. Now in the T63 category, what that means is that it is an above knee impairment, and blocks are only helpful if they set you up for the acceleration. And you can see there that Tirani had an amazing acceleration. She led from the front, and Japan will be unbelievably happy with silver and bronze in that event.
She knows the feeling of gold, does Tirani. Flanked by the 2 Japanese, and
Can we turn around?
a happy bunch there. The crowd will be thrilled as well with a couple of medals as we head back to the javelin throw F64.
Yeah, we're into the final round. Yorizan Monterrey, he's in 7th spot, 47.97. He's got that out a long way and did a good job with it too. Derek Loxodent has a lifetime best in 8th place, 47.24. Right now it's India 1, Sri Lanka 2, India 3. Haven't they exploded onto the scene in para-athletics and globally in the javelin? Athletics, para-athletics, Cuba 2, Monterrey in 7th. Now, Eda Nielsen, Roberto Floriani of Brazil, 57.46 is best so far. And we won't dwell on that, and neither will he. It's not an improvement, it's 10 meters down on what he did. That's actually, I think he stepped through the line, he knew it wasn't great, so it's a red flag, it's a red flag. He's had a good competition. Look at this, India 1, 3 and 5. And Sandeep Sanjay Sagar His lifetime best is over 62. For the top 5 from South Asia, basically. Here is Sagar. No throw in round 5. Can he get over 60 meters here? He gets it over 50 and no more. It's not going to be his day today, but he is 5th. And this is some run of result and some run of success for India as well, because they got Olympic gold in this famously for the first time as an independent nation.
Just as we're waiting for that confirmation of that mark, just the men's shot put F32 a little bit earlier. The Asian champion Al Mashaki didn't find a mark at all, so he was one of the favourites to win that. He ended up with no mark at all and at the bottom of the pile altogether.
Al-Zouri needs half a metre, needs it to go above 60, and it falls narrowly short, and Al-Zouri will finish in 4th place. We're down to the last 3. India have 2 medals and Sri Lanka 1. He came close. He was only 46 centimeters away. It was a close run thing, but not close enough. So this is Sandy. .60.41 in the opening round. It's bronze for Sandeep this time. It's a great double result for India. For Sri Lanka, 66.49, the world record in the F44 for Dulan Korathawaku in the opening round. Oh, that's beyond 60 again. Could he? It would be remarkable if he has come along and grabbed glory here. He will get a silver. It was bronze last year in Paris at the Stade Charlotte. 69.50 is the target. .65.01. Korathawaku gets the silver, and Sumit defends the title. India have their 3rd gold in Kobe. A throw of glory for Sumit. 69.50 is winning effort, and that's over 60 again. That might be the best of the night. Oh, wow. There's no throwing right now like Indian throwing. He is done. What a night of work for Sumit, who is on the summit. A wonderful victory. Glory days for Sumit. Glory days for para sport in India. Their name being writ large. For Sri Lanka, Dulan Korathawaku gets the silver. .66.49, the world record in his category, the F44. And Sandeep gets the bronze, 60 41. So, Neeraj Chopra, the Olympic javelin champion, emulated by Sumit again. A glorious night in Kobe. Dusk falling, chill arriving. Last final of the night will certainly hot things up. The women's 100 meters. T64. And there are some absolute great names in this. The reigning world champion, reigning Paralympic champion, the European champion, the Pan Am champion. All here. And in some cases, more than one title being held. Fleur Young, long jump gold last night. She is the defending champion of both titles in Paris last year. The European champion. And her chum alongside Marlene van Ganser-Winkel. The Pan Am, the Paralympic champion over 100 and 200. Alongside them, on the other side is the Pan Am champion.
Women's 100 meters, T64, final.
Everybody bar one with a medal to their name, including the 2018 200 meters European champion for Switzerland, Abbasia Rahmani. In lane 3 for the United States of America, the reigning Pan Am 100 meters champion, it's B. Hats. In lane 4 for the Netherlands, the defending 100 meters world champion, the Paralympic long jump champion, world champion for the second time in that last night, Fleur Young. In lane 5 for the Netherlands, the reigning Paralympic 100, 200 meters champion, Marlene van Ganser-Winkel. In lane 6 for Spain, the 100 meters silver medalist last year in Paris, Sarah Andres Barrio. A couple of European medals to her name too. In lane 7 for the Netherlands, bronze of the 400 meters last year, Kiki Hendricks. In lane 8 for the United States, the 200 meters Pan Am champion, silver in the 1 in Santiago, Sydney Barta. In lane 9 for Puerto Rico, 4th in the 1 and the 2 in the Pan Ams last year, Yamile Diaz for Puerto Rico. And you consider as well Kimberly Alcamada, really fast in the 200 in recent weeks, inside the world record. She's medaled in this before. Imgerd Ben-Susan has had a gold too. Catherine Carey, bronze in the 1-2 in the long jump in the Pan Ams last year. This is as strong as it gets. Fleur Young, Marlene van Ganser-Winkel. They've swapped gold medals before, best friends in sport, and alongside each other in lanes 4 and 5. The Dutch have a chance of a clean sweep there. Champions all the way in this T64 women's 100 meters. It's a really, really strong field. If there were 12 lanes, there are athletes good enough, worthy to be in this. Rahmani in 2, B. Hats 3, Young 4, van Ganser-Winkel 5, Andres 6, Hendricks 7, Barta 8, Diaz 9. Women's 100 meters, T64, final.
Sit.
Away first time, good start, van Ganser-Winkel. Young not in her stride yet, Hats in 3rd. It's van Ganser-Winkel leading the way. Young trying to fight back, van Ganser-Winkel against Young. Young is there, 12:71. Fleur Young smashes the championship record. Got it ahead of her old chum, Marlene van Ganser-Winkel. And Fleur Young has successfully defended her title, only just. Van Ganser-Winkel in 2nd place. 12:71, the new championship record. And Fleur Young is a 4-time world champion. Van Gansen-Winkle, the championship record is a T64. Hats was up there for a bit, but it's Andres of Spain who gets the bronze. Great race again. Hendricks was 4th. A Dutch 1-2-4. And only Sarah Andres Barrio Denang. What a finish this is. Young just getting there. Van Gansen-Winkle dipping brilliantly and almost made it. They're as close friends as you can get as rivals too. Netherlands 1 and 2, and it's Young who just grabbed it.
The Dutch are so dominant in the event, and all 3 of those Dutch athletes, Jong, Van Gansen-Winkle, and Hendricks, they all train together. And you can see what that means to Fleur, defending her long jump title, now the 100-meter title. And I love this because Fleur Jong has said she's been working on her starts, and typically the blades tend to take a bit longer to get going. But she is right there with Marlene Van Gansen-Winkle. And Marlene Van Gansen-Winkle, look at how great her top-end speed is. She is matching Jong stride for stride there, and it only just came down to the wire. And for both of those women, this is their first race of the season. They are just getting started.
Absolutely brilliant finish for them. They do train together. They have the athletics club. They founded together, Team Para Athletic. They had a great camp in Chiba. They have a great result here. Guido Bonson coaches them both. He's somewhere there. And Young came late brilliantly as Van Gansen-Winkle had led so much of that. 12.71 Fleur Young, 12.73 Marlene Van Gansen-Winkle. They are the best around. Sarah Andres Barrio, the bronze for Spain. Championship records for them both. Andres in 3rd. We've got more fun and games for you.
Well, the men's high jump T63. That man you're looking at there, Thangavalu, has claimed the gold medal. He's the only one left after clearing 188 at the 3rd attempt. It's a championship record mark for the T42s. Ezra Freck couldn't manage that mark. And this is how he did it. At his 3rd go, it was that or bust for Thangavalu of India, who are having quite some evening. Now he's moved up to 191. He has 1 miss. This is his 2nd attempt to increase his championship record. It was at 183 coming into this. That will be foul number 2. Just can't quite get up there, can he?
Well, the bar is at a pretty high mark right now, 191, but triple jumpers, long jumpers, high jumpers, sprinters around the world will be watching this and admiring the plyometric prowess of Thangavalu. Such a unique technique and yet so effective. 2 nations have dominated this event, and it's been India and it's been USA. And for so long, USA has finished on top. He will finish, Thangavalu, as the world champion, but how high can he go?
Well, he can actually jump. 189 is his lifetime best. So he would be going ahead of that by a couple of centimetres if he gets this 191 mark. 2 fouls. Sam Greaves picked up the bronze medal on the left there, season best for him, and Ezra Freck this time has to settle for silver after taking the gold last year in Paris. But this man, Thangavalu, he was a bronze medalist if we go back to Dubai in 2019. Roll it forward 5 years. Regardless of what happens here with this jump, he is the world champion. Yeah, his legs just catching it on the way through there, so that'll be the end of it for Thangavalu. And what a last 20 minutes or so it's been for India. picking up gold in that javelin throw, F64. And Thangavalu now in the high jump, T63, competing as a T42, sets a championship record of 188 and takes the gold medal. Quite a performance and wonderful times for Indian Paralympics.
And what a story for Thangavalu. At just 5 years of age, his right leg was damaged when a drunk bus driver ran him over. Now, he started playing volleyball with an able-bodied team. His incredible jumping ability was spotted, and it was suggested he try the high jump. Still found his way to become a sporting champion.
It's the 4th gold medal that India have picked up at these World Paralympics. It is the most gold medals they have ever picked up at a World Paralympics Championships, and there's still 4 days to go. They won 3 in Paris last year. That was their record, and this is now their 4th title, winning 2 in the space of an hour.
Absolute gold rush. And we seem to keep getting these field events at the end of the evening, which just produce more and more drama. Each night, we get them. Ezra Freck, dethroned, has to set off for 2nd place, 185, his best. I'm sure he'll be disappointed, but he will come back. Paralympics later in the year. The good thing about this year, having a World Championships in the same year as the Paralympics for the first time, is that if you have a bit of disappointment here, you don't have to wait too long before you come back and have another crack at it.
And great to see the return of Sam Grew. Picked up the bronze medal, Tokyo Paralympic champion. Took a bit of a break. To go to med school, it's a good reason to take a bit of a break, but he is back, and this sets up a very tasty final for Paris 2024.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks, guys.
Pictures taken.
Just look at the height difference there. It puts into perspective just how high Thangavalu has jumped relative to his center of mass.
It's quite incredible, isn't it? When you think about it, one leg doing that, unbelievable. Women's long jump, T38, Luka Ekler, 563 championship record, retains the title. Goncharova, season best, 508. And Palameke with a new America's record, 497, with her first time ever in the long jump at major championships. And this is Karen Palameke with that jump of 497. Quite an extraordinary effort from her, having never been in major championships in that long jump. Goncharova has been there and done it. She had a lot of strapping on that right leg, around the back as well, but she still managed a season best 508 with her penultimate effort. So Goncharova takes the silver medal, adds that to the one she took back in 2019, but this lady here, she just keeps on winning them. Gold in 19 in Dubai, gold in 23 in Paris, and now gold in 24 in Kobe. She's the Paralympic champion as well, and she's already won the 100 metres here at these championships and adds the long jump title to it as well. Luka Ekler of Hungary with quite fantastic style and class through the air has done it yet again. So a happy Hungarian with a championship record. Goncharova with the silver, and Palameke, women's long jump T38, bronze medal for the first time for her. Women's 100 metres T63, the results from that championship record for Tiarani, the T42 athlete. Tozawa and Magawa of Japan picking up the silver and bronze respectively in a season best and lifetime best times.
Gets dark very quick here. Gets cold very quick as well in Kobe, but it's been a hot day 5 of these World Paralympics Championships. The middle championships, 3 years in a row. We're off somewhere else next year. Walid Farah of Algeria leading in Algeria 1-2 in that men's F32 shot put, 11.98 the winning mark. Alexei Churkin a neutral in third, Greece 4 and 5. Athanasius Konstantinos just missing out in the medals. So in third spot, Alexei Churkin competing neutrally, throwing strongly, 11.04. Season's best to pick up the bronze. Algeria with the silver, Lahari Balaz. Lifetime best, 11.15. F32, the most restricted of the coordination impairment categories, whole body affected. Walid Farah with the gold, 11.98. Just brushed off that 12-meter mark. And he is the world champion for 2024. He's got a lot to be happy about. A real beaming smile. Great throwing. And he's done it for Algeria. Algeria taking the top 2 spots. That's teamwork, if you like. Walid Farah the gold, Algeria. Lahari Balaz the silver, Algeria. Alexei Churkin the silver as a neutral. Konstantinidis and Zizidis, 4th and 5th for Greece.
Men's high jump T63. Thangavalu, a championship record. Brilliant jump from him. Ezra Frick has to take silver this time, and Sam Grew, as he builds toward his Paralympic defence, picks up the bronze medal. Season best of 182 for Sam Grew.
There we go. Yeah.
Here we go indeed.
There we go, G.
I think you'll find that was Roderick Townsend you would have heard then in the background, who does help out. He's up in the stands, helps coach Ezra Frick. And Frick at 185. Takes that silver medal this time. Couldn't negotiate the 188. This man did, though. There it is, at the 3rd attempt. A championship record in the T42 class. Frick and Grew, both 263s. So Thangavalu picks up another gold for India. Frick and Grew, silver and bronze for them. Brilliant jumping. Not the tallest of men, but my lord, he can jump. Thangavalu, championship record 188. Frick 185, and a season best Grew 182, taking the bronze medal. Bhatti just outside the medals there for India, 178 for him in 4th place.
Four gold medals for India now. They'd won 7 in history. Sumit winning the 1st of the night, the 3rd of the week, and their 10th of all time in the men's javelin F64. With Dulan Koduthawaku, the silver for Sri Lanka, and Sandeep, the bronze for India. Here's how it happened. Sandeep going early in the competition. Solid throw there, 60-41. Very good early advantage from his point of view. Absolute belting throw. India were dominating the leaderboard very early on in this. That throw coming in the opening round, led for a little bit. So it's Sandeep leading in the opening round. Then the very next throw of the competition, Dulan Koduthawaku coming out for Sri Lanka. Next to throw in the opening round, and he does this. The throw of his life. 66.49, and it's an F44. That is a new world record. Then Sumit, with the very next throw, coming out with 68.17 at the opening round, and in the second round, comes out and does this. 69 meters 50.
On your mark.
To retain the title. He's the Paralympic champion as well. The Asian Games champion. Set the world record of 73.29 in Hangzhou in taking the continental crown last October. Serious throwing right now. The Olympic Games had Neeraj Chopra. Para-athletics has Sumit as a javelin champion from India. Sumit the gold. For India, Dulan Koduthawaku the silver, Sri Lanka, and Sandeep the bronze for India. So China with 15 gold medals and Brazil 14, but India, Algeria and Britain have all won golds today, 4 each. Hannah Cockcroft for Britain, Sumit gloriously in that javelin just there. USA have 13 medals, 3 of them gold. Netherlands have 2 golds. Fleur Young has 2 golds. Belena Vaganza-Winkle has 2 silvers. Uzbekistan with that really good long jump gold. Palameke scoring very well. Iran have 2 gold, and history for Haja Safaseda Gadarajani, the first Iranian woman to win a para-athletics gold. New Zealand, Daniela Aitchison scoring for them. Malaysia having that 100 meters crown. Indonesia as well tonight as well, with a glorious sprint title. Cuba, Georgia, Italy, Belgium. A lot of success for them in the T52, successfully defending the crown. Sri Lanka now with 2 medals. Karaban with the Belgian gold. Australia and Austria alongside each other, not just in the alphabet, but on this figure too. Kashavali and Sverd. Sverd his first ever championship medal. Kashavali a surprise bronze. Might have been expecting a gold. Mani, great silver tonight in the 100 meters T53. Congratulations one and all. For many nations, getting on the medal table is the ultimate success. And I think it's sayonara for day 5.
I was going to say Konbanwa. Either way, from me, Tolson Tollett, Will Downing, and Steph Reed, till tomorrow morning when we get 7 gold medals on the run, 10 in the evening session. Bye for now.